What did she just do?
Hold on. Can Broly not turn into a Super Saiyan? That's certainly a disappointment.
What? A Super Saiyan? Like the legend? That's a myth!
Hey, what's up, anime fans? It's your boy Raysean from the Raysean Gadson Anime Podcast, or RGAP for short. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing a Dragon Ball Super Broly review, basically giving you three things that we enjoyed, one thing we didn't, and basically kind of giving you some of our expectations for the new anime retelling of the Beerus arc, because we're still hyped for it, and then we're basically doing a little bit of a countdown for it type thing. If that has your attention, then sit back and enjoy the ride. Before we get started, I just want to allow my guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, basically tell everybody who you guys are, what podcast you come from, and then also tell us your favorite character from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. I'll let you go first, Kevin.
All right, you guys can find me on YouTube where we talk about anime such as, Boruto, Black Clover, anything you can think of, we covered over there. And my favorite character in Dragon Ball Broly is the title itself, Broly. I was a big fan when he first came out. Granted, this time he has a brain and he could talk more than saying Kakarot 100 million times. He is one of my favorite characters, introduced. Besides, Future Trunks, Broly is my second favorite character in all of Dragon Ball. So seeing him being canon in the story, I really enjoyed it.
So do you prefer this iteration of Broly, or do you prefer the older iterations?
The new one. His motivations, is much better than, with Goku just, crying, for 16 hours a day when they were babies.
For sure. But I can kind of understand that, being in a room with somebody that just won't shut the fuck up, and you're just like, bro, what the fuck is your problem, bro? I feel it. All right, going to our next guest. Go ahead, give us a little bit of your introduction.
What's up? This is Josh from DadsAnimeStache. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook every once in a while. It just depends on when Digimon puts out something new for us to watch. Currently, we are watching Beat Break, which has been just phenomenal. If you're a Digimon fan, check us out. My favorite character is the only standout, who was Berry Blue. She talked to Frieza like he was just some dude. For sure. She knew he wanted to be taller. She just knew everything about him. I think there's something going on between those two.
You talking about that evil blue little witch thing that was next to Frieza? Yeah. I swear, because when she first appeared and the way she was looking, I was like, why she look more evil than Frieza? Like, I'd be more afraid of her than fucking Frieza type shit. Like, that looked like a type of motherfucker that had poison in your drink and be like, here you go, Frieza. Hell no, I ain't drinking that shit. If I have to go ahead and do my favorite character from this, I just have to go with the original. I feel like the best character has to be Goku. I liked his mindset throughout the movie. I kind of like that he was just kind of playing around with Broly a little bit, and you can kind of see he was just trying to kind of show him how to kind of use his abilities and kind of calm him down and stuff like that before it kind of got serious and everything. And then the fact that, he just kind of goes and saved them from that the planet they end up going back to, because I don't think people realize that was a desert type of planet with some bullshit going on. And literally, okay, this kind of going back, because we always talk about Bulma is one of the best, just having friends everywhere and just being able to make connections. And the fact that low-key in this movie, she does two big things that I think is amazing. Low-key makes Bola, her baby, has a relationship with Beerus, just leaves him with him. Like, low key, if anything happened, she's protected. She don't have to worry about nothing. Then at the end of it, now Broly and that whole little organization owe her a favor, because she low key just brings them a whole house, food, water, all that, and the fact that she gets Goku to be like, yeah, tell him this came from me. Low key, that shit is amazing. I just feel like low key, I might need to change who my favorite character was, because just from the outside in, she did a low key a lot. But I just feel like Goku just brought the whole welcoming spirit and everything from start to end, and you just realize the type of person Goku is. He's not wanting to villainize you. He's just low-key trying to just make his own training partners. Low-key, it seems like he finds out you're strong, you gonna have a reason to live in his mindset type shit.
Because if you really think about it, he was really recruiting him. He was just testing it out, getting the feel for him, getting the vibe. Okay, he can be part of our team, and it was just a big recruitment. If you want to be honest.
He was testing to see if he was evil or not. You know what I mean? Like, are you really evil? Like, are you going to destroy the world type of thing? You just need to figure out how to control it. Let's do that. But yeah. I will say
number one. That is number one.
I will say for a motherfucker that ain't never trained, we get that a lot in Dragon Ball Z. These people that ain't never trained and really did anything to make their power upgrade as much as we've seen our main characters do, end up just being able to be as strong as them. But I will say Broly, from the perspective of King Vegeta, he was right. From the we don't know what that motherfucker can become, low key. We need to send him out, because I was always wondering from the perspective of why they didn't just kill him then and there if he had that much of a fear of him. But it's like, you don't even know if y'all could have. You don't know how much damage that trying to kill him would have caused. I won't say they wouldn't have been able to do it. I just don't feel like it would have been easy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we're gonna just kind of jump right into the plot, basically telling everybody what we're talking about. We're talking about the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. This is, I think, the third version of this movie. I think it's the fourth version, because you got like 3 regular Dragon Ball Z Broly movies, and then this is a different one. And I will say this is kind of the whole Dragon Ball Z retelling arc of Dragon Ball, where we're kind of retelling certain events and getting a different vibe of things, because now we're kind of changing Bardock. I mean, the whole feel of Bardock in the beginning was like he was kind of this edgy type of feel. Now he's kind of like, he might have been a good dad, and you kind of can see where Goku might have rubbed off on Goku. Goku ain't just the only Saiyan that was different. You know what I mean? It might have been his dad. That's where it kind of came from. And then you get to see a lot of things that we haven't seen first. We get to see Frieza kind of come into power, which is interesting. I kind of want to know more of like the ages and when this stuff happened. Like, you don't get to know how old Frieza is, like when he's taking over the Frieza Force. But I mean, he's small, but you just don't know how like they age frame. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to see that. But before we get into any plots, is anything I want to say about kind of just some of the retelling things and stuff like that?
I just want to say, it made pretty good money. Like at that time, 2018, 2019, when the movie came out, like anime was on its way to being, a conglomerate, phenomenon throughout the entire world before the pandemic happened. And it made $124 million worldwide, which is, really excellent for that time before anime, blew up to the, what it is, in 2026.
Okay. If you is that before or kind of during the pandemic? Is that before the pandemic?
Yeah, 2019.
Okay, yeah. This you can started that little bit of a surge of a boom, kind of bringing that awaken. But also you can say it kind of helped change a lot of animation and future movies and stuff like that. So, because I always say a lot of people don't realize, it seems like Dragon Ball Z movies be the testing ground for new animation technology that they kind of want to do for new movies, which is interesting, but I can see why, because it's like, this is a Dragon Ball Z movie. It'll be kind of hard for it to just completely bomb. So you know what I mean? So it's like, let's try it out with this first. So I see that. All right. What about you, Josh? Anything that you noticed you were like, oh, I wish they didn't do this? Or
so listen, you for some reason are all into Bulma handing her kid to Beerus. That was hands down the least responsible thing I've ever seen in all of anime.
What
if that baby sneezes in his face?
But see, this is not the same Beerus that came down from God of Z. You know what I mean? This is the type of Beerus where you can literally be like, I got an apple pie for you in about 3 hours, and everything is low key gonna be cool type of thing. That's
you think.
Yeah, I will say that. You never know, because I mean, he could go one way or the other, but it's just hard to say. Like, I just don't feel like Earth's ever going. And it's so funny because they always talk about Earth being like this desolate type of planet, like low technology, nobody will ever think about it. But then everybody goes there, and it's like the best food, the strongest warriors, and everything. Like it's hilarious to me. And
plus, it's Beerus, right? Who in the right mind is gonna come to Earth and fuck with him while he's on babysitting duty? Like it's immediate Hakai.
Yeah,
there's no fucking around. Hakai, you know, that's it.
I will say this movie also kind of
That's
follows.
What I'm saying. There's no fucking around. It's Hakai, and I know you think he's changed, but he hasn't.
I mean, it's hard to say because it's hard because Beerus is not good or evil. It's not like, you know what I mean? So it's like he can do whatever he wants, like just being annoyed type of thing. Which to me would have been crazy, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Beerus killed that baby. You just die type thing. But it'll be really shocking from the type of character we've seen of him for him to do that type.
Plus, he has the best form of payments, delicious food,
and he got the right person that can keep bringing it to him. Like, why am I going to destroy my connect? That's like messing up your drug dealer. If you don't got another one, why am I going to mess around and fuck up this situation? Because, like, long as I got her, anything on this planet is damn near available to me. It just be hard, low key. And now he's setting it up. So now, if something happened to Bulma, because she could die any day. Bulma, like, old as hell. Now I got to set up with the next person who gonna take over for it, gonna have my back, low key. Like,
you guys are nuts. And I think if you would hand your kids to Beerus, I don't know what I would think of you.
Low key, if I'll try it. If he willing to take him, I'll be like, oh fuck, because that mean that can start a little situation. He might be willing to train them and everything, you know. And to me, I just feel like it's just interesting to see that type of thing.
Yeah, well, plus with Beerus watching the baby, it just solidified he is part of the family now. You're not gonna just give the baby to a stranger. It just, you know, everything they've been through, you know, with since Super, it showcased that he has matured enough and became part of the family. Bulma, yeah, she is reckless at times, but she's not gonna put her kids in danger. You know what I mean?
And then also, I think it was the only
way too much credit to Beerus.
I think for the narrative reason, the only reason why they did that was to take him out of the fight, because this movie kind of follows the same, like, is there really any stakes really? Because it's like Whis is in there, you got it's so many big people for it's like what's really gonna happen type of thing. So I feel like the baby thing situation just kind of just allowed Beerus to not have to go over there in that situation type of thing. You know what I mean? That's the main reason why I was there. Because if not, it's just another one of those, okay, Frieza sees Beerus, we have another, oh, are you gonna do anything? Are you gonna interfere? And Beerus has to, you know, I'm not here to interfere with bullshit, like, you know what I mean? So it's a whole nother one of those. Even though you still got Whis there, like, it's like, and that's the person you really got to worry about, because he's the only motherfucker that can really wind time. So it's like, man. But I do like them having that little section of Broly trying to fight Whis, and Whis just like, nigga, what is this, bro? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I guess. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the plot. All right. 41 years ago on planet Vegeta, King Vegeta discovered a baby Saiyan named Broly, whose power surpassed his own son. Yes, I will say he gave off strong jealous vibes. Like, why the fuck y'all put this baby up here next? Oh, hell no. Which is crazy to me, because it's like, ain't these all supposed to be these Saiyan elite type of warriors, like a power level type of thing? And then they like trying to explain it to him. And then from my mindset, like, I would have actually gave that baby to Frieza to see if that could have caused a situation with Frieza. If we think this is going to be such a destructive type of thing, be like, you know what, this is a warrior that we believe that can help you and type of thing, and see how that would have like affected his forces instead of just sending him off the Vampa to do whatever. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it gave off strong, jealous type of feeling where it's like you're trying to make the strongest race. Why aren't we keeping the strongest people here? Type of thing. But, you know, and then also I wonder, was Vegeta just as a baby, was he already stronger than King Vegeta or not? Like,
I feel like they've recontextualized it to like these birthing pods make them stronger or something. I don't know. Like I feel like they're like the Saiyan chambers that they put them in when they don't have a sensu being around.
Okay.
Toss them in the water. And I don't know. I guess maybe there's stem cells in there or something. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, a little bit of steroids.
Type of thing. Get them pumping type of shit.
No, can't be. Can't be.
You don't think it's steroids?
It can't. If I found out Goku uses steroids, I don't know what I'd do. First Hulk Hogan, now Goku.
My childhood.
But see, you can't like be mad at Goku if they was giving it to him as a baby. You know what I mean? That could just be like, a little supplement they get him just to boost on the genes. You know what I mean? Just give him a little, give him something to get the edge off a little bit. Because he started off as a low class and he needed something to get him back to boost his growth. Because remember, from the first time Bardock seen him to the next time he seen him, he was like, oh, he got a lot bigger type of thing. So could have gave him something. But okay, going back to the plot. Fearing this, he sends Broly to the harsh planet Vampa. Broly's father, Paragus, which also a good retelling of Paragus, because I feel like he came off as a good father. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna send my motherfucker off? Hell no, I'm about to go with this motherfucker. And I kind of understand his whole mindset of vengeance type of thing. Like, oh yeah, we about to come and we gonna show you what this is about, low key. I wish he would have got his moment with King Vegeta, but
shit happened.
Frieza does what he does type of shit, but that would have been a nice little arc. But basically, Paragus follows to save him, but they become stranded there for years. Later on Earth, Goku and Vegeta are training when Frieza appears, searching for the Dragon Balls. I will say this is something I say it seems like such a stupid thing that happens in almost every movie now. It's like either they lose the radar, they can't keep up with the radar. People are collecting Dragon Balls on Earth, and somehow what's Dende Road? He doesn't know. The Guardian of Earth don't know the balls are being searched for. Piccolo don't know the balls are being searched for until like the last minute. Then it's
I get you. Piccolo was really busy standing there. That's if he doesn't stand there and stare at that field, who's going to?
Man, you think he learned how to do that same mental training Frieza did in Hell, where he was getting stronger out of nowhere? Because it's like, what is this training everybody keep talking about Piccolo do in the background? Because it just seems like he's always just aura forming. Like, as soon as they just call him, he's just somewhere standing, just, you feel that, Goku? It seemed like a motherfucker going down, but it's like some bullshit happening. Like, I hope y'all don't need me, because that's exactly the feeling he was giving me in this one. He was like, I hope y'all don't need me, because that looks like it's about to be some shit. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. He stands there, right? He's like, yo, my cape, it's flowing good. I like it.
Got the wind at the right direction type of thing.
He moves super fast. He's just moving his arm behind him and make that cape whip.
Oh my god, that would have been funny, like an extra credit scene in the back, and you just show somebody in the back just flipping a swing.
This is good.
Oh man, finish this off. Basically, searching for the Dragon Balls, he arrives with Paragus, and now an immensely powerful Broly, which is, I'll tell you, it's kind of crazy seeing how fast Broly goes from regular God form, because they're fighting, Vegeta's fighting them in God form, having to jump into the blue form, to now it's like, oh my god, we gotta fuse together to fight this motherfucker. From a motherfucker before, we didn't see no Super Saiyan transformations, no reason for him to be able to jump this high. It's amazing how much power Broly had, and the foresight that King Vegeta had. I will give him that. King Vegeta seen something that low key could have been a problem. I just don't feel like he used it the right way. Like, if you got this missile, this nuke, why not try to see if I can get this shit to explode on Frieza type of shit? But I get it. It's one of those things where you don't know what can happen, because it can low key explode on you too. So it's like, whew. But basically, this leads into a massive battle between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and the unstoppable Super Saiyan low key, because he low key proves to be the legendary Super Saiyan. And I feel like that comment is what low key triggered King Vegeta when they were basically testing him out, and they were like, you know what, he might be the legendary Super Saiyan, and that, I think that got him. He like, oh hell nah, get this y'all not about to play my son like I ain't Michael Jordan, and this ain't my son about to take over for me type of shit. Nah. And then he already more powerful. We gotta get rid of this. But you know, he might have been right. It's one of those things. But how do y'all feel about the plot? Anything y'all want to add into it or anything?
No, it was good.
All right.
It was very front loaded.
Yeah.
It's like first 30 minutes and then the last 5 seconds is where the plot is.
Yeah, but I mean, this movie basically, if you think about it, is just more of a little bit of a retelling in the beginning. You get a little bit of the plot set up in the middle where they go get Broly, and you got Frieza basically going down there to get the Dragon Balls, and we find out that he wants to make a wish. And I would say Dragon Ball, I mean, is always going to be a funny show. It's always going to have this hilarious humor to the show. He's not wishing to, you know, destroy Earth. He's not wishing to even become stronger. This man literally just wants to be a little bit taller. And then I think it's so funny because how they shoot the scenes. You get this scene right after you get Bulma basically explaining how she uses the Dragon Balls, and she basically uses it just to go back a few years because she don't want to just make herself go, oh damn, Bulma, you look 60 yesterday, now you look 30. How you do that? Like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things, which I understand the mindset. You know, if you just take off a few years, it's kind of not as noticeable until you try to take off a bunch of years. But I feel like if at that point, why not just wish for it, like some type of like eternal youth? Like, can I just make myself look like I'm 30 for the rest of my life type of thing? Like, if you already got a husband that's going to be looking as young, and that seems like that's triggering for her type of thing, which I can kind of feel it. You know what I mean? You getting old and granny looking, and this guy still look like he's in the prime of his life. So like, it's just, you know, it can probably get to you a little bit. I just like the funny thing about how they showed that, and the similarity to Bulma and Frieza type of thing.
Yeah, they're both monsters.
Yeah, low key. We're gonna kind of jump right into our likes. I'm gonna let you guys go first. What was your first like, Kevin?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Frieza has some big balls. The reason why I say that, you land in their planet, you call them monkeys, blow a tower up with, you know, the snipers or whatever you want to call them, and hand them some scanners and say, yo, you're basically just my bitches now.
Yeah.
You're telling me a whole planet can, you know, just say, fuck it, this is, you know, try to go after him right here, right then against his dad and Freeze. Like, you're telling me nobody just said, you know what, let's just bend the knee and just say, okay. And hey, kudos to Frieza. He went there, hands behind his back, just called them monkeys. Said, here, take this, bitch made.
See, but you gotta get it from the perspective of how good of a ruler King Cole was before Frieza took over, because he already put the fear in the Saiyans, because the Saiyan wasn't trying to test them or do anything. I will say they were on guard. They were like, just in case something do happen, we willing to fight. I will give the Saiyans that. But I mean, the fact that this guy that we're already like, okay, he could probably maybe destroy us, basically saying, you know what, I'm tired of basically ruling over everything. I'm gonna let my 8-year-old son take over it. And man just comes in just showing you he already disrespectful. I mean, King Cole, he gives you a little bit like, yeah, y'all think I'm gonna be hard to deal with. This motherfucker, he gonna be something. And then but then I like the way they do Frieza, where he comes off polite, but you know, this is that sadistic psychopath type of politeness where it's like, yeah, okay, I will listen to you, but okay, I'm gonna destroy you after, because why the fuck are you even talking to me type of shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? That type of energy. But yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. Like, but yeah, why the fuck are you talking to me? Yeah. And I just love the way that they're able to do that with Frieza, and just the way he talks and everything. But it also gives us the the scouters, but he didn't bring scouters. He brought the upgraded versions of them because I think they already had scouters. So I wonder if they could already see what his power level was, which he was suppressing, because I mean, he was nowhere near the thousands. If we believe that Frieza could turn into his final form right then and there, he was already in the millions. So like, it's nothing they could have did to him if those were the elite warriors type of thing. So it's like, y'all lucky things didn't get to that point, or he wanted to destroy him right then and there, because it could have been the Saiyans could have been done then. Like, low key, that's how crazy the situation was. But I do like them kind of showing us how that happened, and Frieza kind of taking over, and him being like the boss from day one, low key, to like you get to see the early version of his warriors next to him and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool. Moving on to you, Josh. What was your first like?
I like that they buy jackets. You never get to see them wear anything else.
For sure.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I remember when they first started showing the previews for this, and I was like, man, that's so cool. They're wearing jackets. That's a good way to sell me another action figure.
For sure. And then I guess it's kind of showing that, the climates can affect them a little bit to a point. So, because I mean, they show up with them, but then after a while, I guess moving around and fighting, they don't really need them anymore. But when they first get there, they have them on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that was nice to see them in that design type of thing.
Yeah, anytime we get any new designs for Goku and Vegeta, it always looks good. And yeah, to Josh's point, the jackets look so freaking good, and probably another selling point for toys, or real made jackets themselves. People made them already.
Yeah, and then I guess you can argue this whole movie was a new way to bring in a whole bunch of different toys, because I mean, you get a younger Frieza, you get a different version of Bardock. I mean, you get the merge, is it Vegito? I be forgetting.
Gogeta
at the end. So I mean, it's so many different, and then you get a whole new fucking Broly, like, and then all the 3 different versions he kind of turned into. So it's like, low key, it was a lot of toys for this movie.
Oh, definitely.
But for my first like, we're gonna kind of go back to kind of what I was saying a little bit in the beginning when I was kind of doing the plot. Paragus, I just love seeing this man kind of get told by King Vegeta that, we're sending your son off, and him being like, what? You're sending my son off? Are you mad just because my son is stronger than your son? Are you that jealous? And then King Vegeta just like sitting there taking this, but he's just sitting there like, no, I'm trying to tell you this motherfucker is going to be a problem. But then it's like, why aren't you willing to use this warrior or train this warrior, use him as an actual type of threat, which I'm understanding from the mindset of Paragus, but also like, don't send my son off nowhere. So King Vegeta like, fuck that. We could have killed this motherfucker before you even came here. I'm giving you the due respect of sending this motherfucker and telling you. But then I'm not even giving you the respect because we already sent this motherfucker, because I know you and I know some shit was going to happen. But I like how Paragus like, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to go with my son, do what I need to do, because, at the end of the day, he's still my seed. So, yeah, I love seeing a father go fight for his son type shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him. Like you said, he's going to stand up for his son. Granted, he can't even defend himself. But that's one of the, things that kind of backfired on King Vegeta, but at the same time, it kind of worked out because later on they recruited him to be part of their group. But if you could have maintained that tank on your team,
man,
before Frieza blew shit up, like you could have had a tank. Like, this right, once we release him, the Hulk, it's over for everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That there could have been great for the Saiyans.
Man, but it's the whole like I don't. Because I get from the perspective, it's like he could take over being the king of the Saiyans. Because you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if he like, who gonna stop him? Who gonna stop him? Like he already proved that he could catch up to Vegeta, to a Saiyan that took almost damn near his whole life to even turn Super Saiyan, which is fucking crazy in his own mindset. But you know what I mean? Like he would have destroyed Vegeta. Man. I would have loved to see that though. That would have been a nice little thing to see. But we're gonna kind of jump into our second like. I'm gonna let you go first, Josh.
we talked about it a little bit earlier, and it's not much to the movie, but I do enjoy Piccolo's aura farming. Just him hanging out, man. Like, he knows what's going on, but he also doesn't want to be involved.
For sure. And I wonder if this or if any of the movies are connected, and he's like, yeah, I remember fighting that other fucking Saiyan, and every time we do that shit, it don't never fucking go well. Because every movie he be fucking destroying they shit with. And I wouldn't be trying to run back into that. I'll be honest with you. Even trying to jump back into fighting Frieza every 3 or 4, 5 months, he want to come here and do his little bullshit. Like, I'm not trying to fight him every time he come here. It's just, at this point, just let Goku and Vegeta talk to him. Like,
you can't believe he has PTSD. Like, Frieza one shot through his whole chest, back in the Namek arc. He's tired. Piccolo's tired. He's like, you know what? Goku and Vegeta, they're turning into gods. They got this. I'm just gonna sit here and stand around, work on my knees, my back and all that stuff, and just ore farm. You know what I mean? I don't got time for this anymore. I am tired. You see Gohan? At one point, he was the strongest, and look at him now. I'm just gonna sit back. Fuck it.
I feel like Piccolo really living out his unk status. He just
hands down, hands down.
It's great.
Doing a barbecue and all this. Yeah, I'm done. Fuck, that's too much.
There ain't no reason for me to be out there fighting. Y'all know what I'm about and what I've done. My resume speaks for itself. We got motherfuckers that's already wanting to fight. Let them deal with it. If I gotta go over there, I'll go over there, but I ain't trying to go over there.
I'll take on the underlings. I got that. The main antagonist, nah, not anymore.
It's just not. It's a young man's game. You know what I mean? And Gohan already told me. He just showed me if your heart ain't about it every day, it's okay to give it up.
No, yeah.
If you ain't sleeping every day, like, I want to beat a nigga ass tomorrow, it ain't no reason for you to be out here fighting every day. It's just go ahead and hang it up. You can do scout gathering. That's what he do now. He just scout gathering. You know what's the motherfucker on the mid side of the planet? He look like he might be a threat. But see, he not doing a good job, because it's getting to my point. Why we only get notifications after the last ball is about to be getting grabbed? Like, that's and then it's just.
And I promise you, once he felt Broly's presence, he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
But see, also I'll give him. He also got the fan perspective of, like, they got Goku, Vegeta. Is that Beerus over there too? And Whis? If I gotta go over there, it must be the end of the world. If I need to go over there too, it's the end of the world. It's too many powerful people for me to have to even go over there. Like, to me, that's just an extra motherfucker in the room, just causing more shit. Nah. Look, and I agree with that mindset. But before we kind of jump more into our likes, there was one thing that was in the movie that was kind of throwing me off. And it was a scene where you kind of have, like, Kid Vegeta and Raditz, and they're kind of talking after the planet get blown up and shit. And Raditz says something that kind of throws me off, because he comes like he already knew that Goku had got sent off the planet. When did he get told that? That's when I just, like, it just, that part threw me off, because it seemed like that was a shocking idea that it even happened when Goku brought it up to Gina. And then he also says this thing like, oh, we're not going to say about the Scouters being, like, communications device. So he's not going to say that over the Scouters. So how the fuck did Raditz know that Goku got sent off? Like, that always threw me off when that happened.
His mom wrote him a space letter.
Unless they can see some type of, there's a communication on the pod, and then it shows like, hey, a pod went to Earth, and it was, this person in it. I don't know.
See, could have been a little bit of a plot hole. Something that threw me off, because he even explains it to, like, Vegeta, like, I think my mom and them sent off my brother and all a low class were off the Earth and everything. And I'm just saying, like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, that's some grade A plot knowing type of shit right there. But I'm gonna go let you jump into yours. Kevin, what's your next like?
Dude, Vegeta versus Broly. And we finally see Vegeta go Super Saiyan God, and it was just so good. Like, and he was just testing Broly as well too. Getting the feel for him, just getting the vibe from, like, okay, like, man, he has raw talent, and he's learning as we're fighting. That's the crazy part. And he's getting stronger. And I just love that as Super Saiyan, Broly's able to keep toe to toe with Broly, like as a Super Saiyan, to the point where Vegeta's like, all right, you know what, enough of fucking around. Let me go Super Saiyan God, Red, and just enough's enough. And then you see Broly transform into his form, the grade 8 form, which is truly phenomenal. And I just loved the raw talent, just seeing Broly, just learning as they're going toe to toe to each other.
For sure. And I will have to say, seeing Vegeta do that just kind of goes into the whole, when Goku was giving him all the praise about hitting the blue form, and he basically did that all by himself. To know that did Vegeta low-key hit the red form? Did he do that literally by himself type of thing? Which it kind of makes you wonder, like, when you be sitting back, like, who the better fighter, better mastermind and stuff like that. And just like, because they both low-key neck and neck, and the fact that Vegeta just has that pride and that mindset to get better and wanting to not be outdone really shows you one of the main reasons why I can understand from the perspective of Frieza to destroy the Saiyan race, because these motherfuckers can low-key be a thorn to me, and me just sitting back and just thinking they're going to stay at these low power levels, and this legendary Super Saiyan, yeah, I say it's a myth, but it may not be a myth, because just imagine if just one of them turns Super Saiyan. They already got somebody that can low-key match Frieza. Much it's hard to say, because it's a 50 times multiplier, and a lot of them I don't think we're even like over like a few thousand, because I think when we first see Vegeta and that whole like 20,000 power level was like an elite warrior, like that was almost never seen. So 50 times that, I just don't know. But it would have been enough to, like, I think would have sparked something, sparked a lot of hope within the Saiyan race. Like, oh, that's something we might can achieve type of shit. Because you got to think the Zoro forms were already a multiplier they could do. So it's like, yeah, these Saiyans low key from the perspective of like an evil dictator and having to clear out something before it become a problem. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I probably would have wiped them out too.
And it's cool throughout this fight. You see Vegeta, take things serious. At first, he's fighting with his jacket on. He's like, all right, enough. Let me take off the jacket. And then he's fighting the base form. Then he turns Super Saiyan. Then I love the animation when he's just twirling in the sky, and you see his transformation with the fire going around as he turns to Super Saiyan God. Oh my God, it was so fucking good.
Oh man, I feel you. Oh man, what about you, Josh?
1 second. I'm sorry. I'm eating fettuccine Alfredo. You don't have to get jealous. What was the question?
Basically, what was your next like?
Oh man. Yeah, I like and I didn't like Goku in the way that this was very basic Goku stuff. Like, Goku is just there to fight people, but also they spend way too much time pointing out that Goku's an idiot in this. And he is. He makes a lot of bad decisions. But I do like that it's our classic Goku, our Goku who's just there to make friends and fight people.
For
Basically,
sure.
the Dragon Ball Goku we all love.
Yep. And I feel that throughout the whole like storytelling of just them meeting each other and everything, and Goku just especially when he takes his turn to fight Broly, and even the whole like the fact that he allowed, I'm not gonna say he allowed, but Vegeta being the first person to kind of fight him, and then him could be in second, and them willing to kind of fuse together, but never with the mindset of like, let's destroy Broly, which I don't know. That last attack, low key, if they didn't wish him away, might have hit Broly in the ground, low key. Like, it looked like they at that point they was like, yeah, we might need to go ahead and do it. But just the fact that Broly was even able to get to that level where they feel like they need a fuse and shit like that, it's just it's so crazy, man. And it just gives you. Just makes you think that King Vegeta has such this huge foresight, but at the end of the day, it's just straight jealousy. He just didn't want that nigga on the same area that his son was on. I don't feel like he knew this was gonna happen, but it gives you that foresight, like, damn, low key.
Yeah.
For my next like, this is interesting like, but this is right when they like kind of training and before like you hear about Frieza's kind of getting the Dragon Balls and stuff, and they're kind of talking with Beerus and Whis. And there's a moment where we suggest that Goku's trying to get stronger and becoming like the god of destruction. And you see Beerus like jump up in his little beast chair, and he like, what? Oh, hold up! You trying to fight, nigga? We can go right now, type of thing. Like, and I just love that antsy in him. Like, oh nah, I see you motherfuckers trying to get MUI, because I love them kind of explaining after the tournament of power and everything, and it's like, Beerus like, nope. Hey, we can go right now and I'll show you what it's about, low key. And I didn't know you was trying to get stronger for my job, because nigga, if I knew that, I would have killed you at the end of God a movie type of shit.
During a tournament of power, Beerus witnessed the potential of what Goku can really be if he put his mindset to it, you know what I mean? And he saw like, shit, he fucking can take my goddamn job if he really, really wanted to, and he locked in mentally and all that stuff. He could take my fucking job. That's why he jumped on. He's like, nah, we ain't doing this. I'll take you the fuck out right now if I have to, because ain't nobody. I like this job.
Nigga, I hit you with that high cock real quick, nigga. Nobody, you'll be nothing but a rumor, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it. We just be like, oh, wasn't Goku here just a few minutes? Goku who? Type of shit. And if you got something to say about it, nigga, you can fight me too. And ain't nobody trying to do that. Like that's what the type of badass low key I want to be, where it's like you don't even gotta threaten people. Yeah. People just know if I do anything with you, my life probably over. Like
another thing I like too during that scene where Vegeta's like telling the Goku, yo, can you go Ultra Instinct right now? Can you just do it at a whim? And Goku's like, nah, I don't. And I like that, you know, showcasing that, okay, Goku has to work more to perfect his Ultra Instinct and even activate it at will, which is I like that as well too. It just wasn't given, and he can just do it at any given time he wants to.
Yes, and then it also helps with like, you know, staking the movie out, because I mean, if that was also something that he could have jumped into, and now you low key trying to say that Broly can hit power levels close to Ultra, that would have really had me just like.
Because the movie did tease us. Because remember Goku transforming, you know, to Super Saiyan God, and you see the aura of the Ultra Instinct. I'm like, oh shit, he's about to pull it out right now, but they got us.
Man, I will say that the way they was transforming in these movies was kind of lit, and I will say they were spending their money on the animation, and that's one of my. You know, I'm gonna go ahead. That's one of my likes in the movie. I feel like the animation, the way they show the dimensions being split, and you get to just that whole little fight. It looked like they're fighting in a whole nother dimension. The transformation, just even Broly going from just the normal Broly form to him just getting angry, and then we get the legendary Broly form at the end, which they try to pay some homage back to, you know, the older form and stuff like that. But it's incredible. I think even of the choreography, just the way they had Goku moving around, even like the God binding technique he used, and that shit was slick, because you ain't never really seen them use techniques like that. So like the Dragon Ball tournaments where you kind of see Master Roshi pull out moves like that, but kind of seeing that type of like move was kind of interesting. I thought that was cool, and to show you that they are training and learning new techniques type thing.
Yeah, so talk about the animation, right? During the last, let's say 10 minutes of the battle with Gogeta versus Broly, if you blink your eyes twice, you miss something. That's how great it was and how fast they were going. Like, you could not blink at all because you was going to miss something. And talk about the animation, right? During this time, I'm just doing a comparison real quick of My Hero Academia. It was when this movie came out, All Might was fighting All for One, and they did this animation with his eyes, you know, just moving so fast, and they took homage from it and implemented the movie as well too. Because you see Gogeta's eye just moving and just, you know, shining bright. Like, they took homage from other animes as well too to throw it in here, which looked really, really great. For sure. See, that's something I didn't really notice, but that did happen too. So that's pretty cool that they did. And plus, you know, when Gogeta was gliding with, you know, against the Ki blast, that was so fucking fire.
Man, and then I feel like I've noticed in a lot of the previous Dragon Ball Z movies, they've been taking a lot of techniques and moves from the real life. Because if you take the superhero movie and you watch like Gohan and how he was fighting the androids, he was doing a lot of WWE wrestling moves, like DDTs and shit like that. Like, it's just kind of cool to see those techniques be kind of used in Dragon Ball Z movies and stuff like that. But do you got anything that you disliked or anything about this movie?
If I had a nitpick, there was a scene, when Goku and Vegeta popped up in front of Piccolo, and the animation looked funny for about a good 10 seconds, where Goku's fingers looked like chunky butterfingers for a few minutes, and his nipple was like huge, and I was like, what the hell? Like his breast was like just so humongous, and I was like, what the fuck? But besides that, I'm nothing really.
That's interesting. I definitely
watch it again and go to the point when they land right in front of Piccolo. The animation just changes for a good 15 seconds. It looks weird.
Oh yeah, it do kind of look a little.
Remember, Goku was like this, and his fingers are so fucking fat.
You talking about when they're kind of learning how to do the fusion dance? Yeah, it did look a little weird there. But I didn't see that part. That's interesting. I'm gonna definitely have to look back at that. He said they nipples look weird and everything. What about you, Josh? You had anything you dislike? Well, you said you disliked this whole movie. Can you get us more?
I didn't love it. I mean, the problem is, it kind of, you said it earlier, it feels kind of like the last movie where there's never any part where I'm like, oh man, they're in danger. They could lose this. And if they lose this, it's a big deal.
For sure.
Like, I never thought that. But like, it's fine. I mean, it's a very visually stunning movie. It's the best looking thing I think that's ever been created in the Dragon Ball franchise.
Agree.
But having said that, Bulma gave her baby to Beerus. I can't move past it. And like, I understand Broly. I like what we've seen with him. I don't know. It just still kind of bugs me that a dude who can't go Super Saiyan can kick the ass of two Super Saiyan gods. I mean, it just, and I get that power scaling hasn't mattered since, Demon King Piccolo has been defeated. But the closest thing we had to a power scale is Super Saiyan God is stronger than Super Saiyan 3, 2, and 1. Now we've lost that. And I get it. Broly's special. He's the legendary Super Saiyan. But still.
I will say it's just how fast in progression he's able to just keep moving up. And like, it's just like, you're just sitting back like, why don't you guys need to literally transform and just kill a guy? Because if y'all give him 3 seconds within that form, he's going to literally be as powerful as that form, which what I was talking about earlier is like, I feel like they had to take UI out of this movie, because if Goku goes UI and now you're saying that Broly can hit power levels of UI, now it's just like, what was the reason that they really needed to train? Like, if he can do all this, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy like in that aspect. But there's a lot of, I guess, beings out there. You say they just throw in the story and they low key just this strong. So. But it just makes you wonder who was Paragus fucking, or what kind of nuts he giving out, because if he giving out legendary Super Saiyan babies, it's crazy, especially coming from a low class warrior like he was. So, man,
remember, it just takes that one sperm, just that one.
Man, one out of a million, and he's low key, he hitting fucking gold out here, man. But I'll say the only thing that I personally dislike, this is something that I felt like was kind of bullshit, because this person had to die for no reason. I hate that Paragus killed that Saiyan that he kidnapped just because he was complaining about the situation. Like, damn, we stuck on this. What the fuck we gonna do? We only got this limited amount of food and this stuff like this. And he like, you know what? I can help our food situation a little bit, and then kill him. And it's like, he didn't even have nothing to do with this. This man could have literally been ending his shift. You literally came in there, kidnapped him, tell him he gotta fucking go follow your baby, then lie to him, tell him about once he get there, you can go. That doesn't happen. The fucking I think the ship gets destroyed. So like,
he helped Paragus out. He went out of his way to help the dude, and that's how he treats him.
Like, shit. Yeah. Like, you can't.
I didn't like that either. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Rashawn. I didn't like that either.
What the fuck? Like, all I did was literally wrong time, being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I
Like,
gave
man,
you a ride when gas was $5.30 a gallon. What the hell are you doing?
man. And climbing. Like type shit, man. But before we wrap up on our likes and dislikes, is there anything else y'all liked or anything before we?
Yeah, I want to talk about Frieza real quick, right? Because in this movie, he showcased that he's a racist and a murderer at the same time. He was like, "Shit, bro is getting fucked up. How do they transform again? How? Oh yeah, I remember when I killed Krillin, Goku transformed. Zap, and he's like, "Yo, Broly, your father is dead." And boom, I was like, "Jesus, Frieza, my God, bro."
I like the mindset of like him going back, thinking back to his fight with Goku, and he's like, how did Goku get strong?
How?
Okay, let me see how this can translate. Instead of killing them bald head nigga, let me kill this motherfucker. And then it just zaps him in his chest, then gives us this whole little scene, and then the fact that it literally somehow works, because I mean, for a moment they were able to kind of control Broly for a second, then really gets super. But
powerful. You know what's funny at the thing too? Karma got him the next second because Broly's starting to beat the living shit out of him.
And I like the fact that like it started off with his final regular form, and then he goes into Golden, and he gives out that little speech like, yeah, now it's about to turn and switch around a little bit, like, oh, let me show you what I'm about. And then you come back and he's still getting his ass whooped and shit. Then I like how it swings to you like Whis, and then Whis just dodging this shit like. Why are you even like, man?
Oh, this is fun.
Like, wow. But I think it's just watching Broly throughout this movie. It's cool to see a different side of Broly where it's not like he's just this angry person and that he just wants to just fight Goku the whole time. And you kind of get to see more of the aspects of like what triggered this and like his mindset of things like that. And him being soft to the fact that, you know, he walks around with the ear of a monster that he low-key tried to. No, I think his father tried to kill it, if I remember, like trying to make him more, you know, saying this, you know, more angry, because it's kind of weird because how they make Broly in this movie, it seemed like until they told him to fight Goku and Vegeta, he was just like a normal person, like type of thing. What he got a little incident when they got in the that dude was trying to flirt with I can't think of that little alien girl, and then he had to step in for that a little bit. But before that, I mean, the dude seemed pretty chill. Only time he seemed like a real killer was when he was a baby, and he was like, "Oh damn, Broly, you killed all these motherfuckers." Like, oh, okay. But other than that, he seemed like a regular dude. Like, I feel like they try to rewrite the how like the Saiyans were, or how they mindsets were a little bit in this movie, because he didn't seem like a sadistic, want to kill anything type of person that when they went to go get him. Or do y'all feel any different to that? Or
no, he seemed like a good dude. He seems like Goku with a rage issue.
I will feel that. I feel that a little bit. And I think it all determines, I guess, how your environment. And then it wasn't a situation where they were in a place where Paragus could low-key be ruthless at killing everything around them, because low-key his son could have killed him if it came down to it. Like, shit. So I feel it. But other than that, let me see. Is there anything else I want to talk about? This is one thing that I didn't like about this little bit of a retelling. And I think they did it a little better when they showed Frieza destroying the Vegeta, planet Vegeta. Is this one, I felt like they were just literally watching it get destroyed. Like, for a warrior race, I just felt like they didn't try to fight. They didn't try to stop the blast. It's just Bardock, the only person that's like, for a warrior race that's supposed to be willing to fight to the end, I didn't get that vibe. It just seemed like they were willing to just lay down with their tails between their legs, watching their whole planet get destroyed, which I just feel weird about.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the first version of, you know, how when Frieza just started was great. You know, everybody's flying out there. They're going against Frieza underlings. That was really good. And this one, it was like, you could have kept that part. Like, I'm okay with giving Bardock, you know, a backstory with Goku and his wife. I was okay with that. But that seems like, just give everybody going up there, just giving a chance. Like, let's try to stop it at least.
Because I think even with the last iteration, they even had like a they a team of people that was trying to go get back Vegeta because that's when they had King Vegeta had gave Vegeta to Frieza, and they were trying to go bring him back. So you had that little bit of a storyline happening. And this one, it just seemed like they just was like, yeah, I'm gonna call him back and just blow him up. Like it just seems like it just was like that. I just didn't like this version of them. They didn't seem like the warrior race that I'm accustomed to. The warrior race that's willing to fight you to the end type of thing. But I don't know how y'all feel about it. But that's me.
No, I agree.
But all right, if there's not anything else y'all want to talk about, we can go ahead.
I got one more thing.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
How do you guys feel about the end? You know, like Goku always tells all the people that he knows, my name's Goku. Then when he's talking to Broly, he's at the end. And you could tell that he has a thing for his Saiyan heritage. He's like, as what people usually my Saiyan heritage, you know what they call me? You can call me Kakarot. And I was like, oof, I like that. I liked it too. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Is one of the redeeming factors in this movie for me.
That right there, like you felt the same presence of Goku at that moment. Because when he tells Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, my name's Goku. But when he talks to like a fellow pure-blooded Saiyan, you could tell at the moment he's like, Kakarot, baby.
Yeah, I think it was more just that time when he finally was able to really accept his Saiyan heritage and being able, like, we are fellow Saiyans and, we need to kind of work together. And I fucking love it. You know what I mean? It's one of the few times, I think you said it before, but that he really acknowledged that, I'm a Saiyan type of thing, where it's not like he could sometimes he'd be like, I'm just an earthling, but I am a Saiyan born on Earth. That's basically what it is, which that's not even technically true, but you want to get technical with it, but you know what I mean? But see, I do think it takes away that one part of Dragon Ball Z where it's like, Goku turned this way because he bumped his head, you know what I mean, with Gohan. I feel like this movie kind of takes away that because it kind of makes it feel like, maybe the Saiyans weren't as evil as we think they were type of thing. So it's like, that's the only things that I don't like sometimes when you kind of go back and you remaster stuff and you try to change things up a little bit. You kind of take away from it a little bit.
When you have a story going off of 40 years, you tend to retcon the things you did, 40 years to go back in the 80s until 2019.
For sure, especially if you're not truly keeping great notes and everything. Like
no, if you're not keeping any notes,
you
refuse to go back and read the source material you wrote.
For sure. And I can feel that a little bit. You're like, man, I know I wrote it. I know how this shit go. Like, man. And then if I change it, at the end of the day, I'm the god of this world. Like that's why I always say the creator is always the pen. Even if the creator changes how you feel like the story should go, it's their story. Like I feel like it's hard to because I was talking to somebody and they were like, sometimes art can surpass their creator. Like the fans become more knowledgeable about something than the creator, and for some reason I just felt like that's not true. And the only reason why I think that is just because it's like what you feel can be counteracted just by me saying that's not how my world works. You know what I mean? And it's just I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel about that before we wrap it up on that, but
anything as big as Dragon Ball Z, there are going to be groups of people out there who know more about it than the person who created it. That's always going to be the way it is. First off, Akira Toriyama wrote the manga. He didn't necessarily enjoy the anime that much. So, I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to know a lot more about the anime than him. But really, a lot of people probably remembered a lot more about the manga than him because for a while, to him, it was the thing that was making him money, and he wasn't that passionate about. But to them, it was their damn childhood. They remember every single word.
For sure. I could feel that from more of the aspect of like the amount of times you've rewatched it and re-seen it and stuff like that. And Toriyama probably hasn't rewatched the series as much, you know what I mean? Okay, I can feel that. I just feel like when people be like I think that more knowledgeable part is just like that be throwing me out. Like
but another way is like Akira Toriyama writes this thing down, right?
Yep.
He writes it down, and then someone else draws it. Well, there's already two people involved, so he's not 100% sure what's getting drawn. It could be different than what he thought. And also, there's an editor involved, so maybe, you know, he changed something and he forgot it. So he's out there arguing that, oh, no, that's not how this was, but that's how he imagined it. And then his editor said that's shit. So all of a sudden, 1920 aren't the big bads.
I'll give you that. That is true. A lot of different aspects and things can change from his original vision and stuff like that, because that truly did happen during the Saiyan arc. The villains got changed because the editor didn't think 19 and 20 would have been a good villains, which I will argue was a good opinion.
Was a good call, yes.
You know what I mean?
They were kind of lame.
Which it depends on if Cell was still in his mindset. If it was just gonna be 19 and 20 and then like not like 17 and 18, like I'm thinking from the mindset he was gonna do 19 and 20, skip 17 and 18, we still get Cell. But if it was like none of those androids plus Cell and it was just gonna be 19 and 20, yeah, I don't know what Toriyama was doing. Like he just, yeah, that was interesting. But I do like the fact that he was willing to go the android route type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with that, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, you know. So I pretty much enjoyed the movie. I think you guys pretty much did. But before we kind of do that, you guys want to rate it real quick?
I got a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I enjoyed it.
What about you, Josh?
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
All right.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? There was nothing.
I feel it was more of a visual movie, not more of a storytelling type of movie. I feel like that's what a lot of Dragon Ball movies tend to be. You know, it's more action packed type of thing, and which I enjoyed.
And here's the thing: I'm like, if this were, Dragon Ball Z movie 11, a 50-minute special like the rest of them, non-canon, I would probably rate it higher. But it being canon, it is more important to me.
I feel that. So it
adds weight to it.
Feel like they should have added more onto the story than kind of just leaving it kind of like, man, what is this type of thing? I can feel it a little bit.
I think they could have spent a lot of time going into, we have this legendary Super Saiyan. Broly is this much stronger because X or Y, because he, like, we assume it's because he basically internalized the Ozaru power. But why? How?
True.
Explain that to me.
So yeah, like, is this a different kind of version of Super Saiyan 4 type of thing where he's able to kind of bring that in? That would be interesting. That would have been a low-key kind of cool route of like they retcon like Super Saiyan 4 being like the actual like legendary Super Saiyan form type of shit. That would have been pretty cool type of thing. I mean, from that perspective, this movie could have been different in a lot of ways. They could have retold this movie instead of, because this movie necessarily is just an introduction to that Broly's in Super. That's it. They just allow Broly to kind of be in Super now. So if you take it from that aspect, decent movie. If you were looking at it from like this is going to be a carry on to the story of Super, like we're going to see different universes and stuff like that, not necessarily. They do connect it where they kind of tell us a little bit that this is the end of the TOP and stuff like that. So I'll give them that. That's the connection type of thing. And you get to see a lot of the transformations, and they give us a reason why you can't go MUI in the movie type of thing. But I could agree. I wish it could have pushed the story bit a little bit. And with that, we end today's episode. I want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the movie just as much as we did or didn't. And I want to highlight you guys. We're trying to knock out as many of these movies as we can. I know you guys been sending me a lot of comments and stuff like, I want you guys to talk about this movie. We're going to try to talk about them before, the whole Beerus remakes of the God of Destruction thing, because once new Dragon Ball content comes on, we're probably going to be kind of jumping to that type of thing, and then kind of swinging back and forth into some of the older movies. But we're going to try to knock them out. We literally got time to either go back to see some older movies or kind of do the superhero route movie. So we'll just think about it and kind of vote on it, and we'll let you guys know. But with that, I just want to say peace.